Happy new month. Hope you all are having a wonderful, wonderful first day of the month. Today is Sunday, December 1st, 2024. Today's season is just ahead. Well, gosh, we just had Thanksgiving, so it's already happening. I'm heading over to the gym right now, and I'm going to go kick my ass today. I'm going to get it done, and I don't normally do, and I'm going to push myself in a particular way that I don't normally push myself. And so that leads to the topic of this conversation, which is Happy New Month. If you are in a performance-based type of industry, sales and marketing, whatever it is that you do, real estate, insurance, maybe you're an athlete, maybe you get paid based on your performance, but your income and your livelihood and your lifestyle is based and predicated on the way that you perform. And a lot of times with a calendar, a lot of us are measured on a monthly basis, some people on a weekly basis. People perform and they execute their job and sales and everything that they do on a daily basis, right? But it all compiles into maybe what your annualized income is. So are you a person that really has the drive and focus to really create some results day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year after year? And so the first day of the month is critical, in my personal opinion. And if you want to type in the comments maybe what it is that you do for a living, I would love to see what a lot of you do for a living. So type in the comments maybe what industry you're in, maybe what it is that you sell, maybe what type of product or service that you offer. And I'm even going to say this, if you want to post a link in the comments, this is the Facebook Live or the YouTube video that I want you to share. I'm happy with you sharing your links and promoting yourself right now. I want to support you with whatever it is that you're doing. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, do me a huge favor, like and subscribe. I'm going to be adding a lot more positive, motivational, educational, inspirational content here to help you level up. Because when I'm able to help other people level up, it's a constant reminder to me about how much I need to level up, right? So this is, I'm speaking to all of you, but at the same time, I'm speaking to myself because I'm trying to fill myself with a lot of good juice and a lot of good mojo and motivation as well. So, so first day of the month, guys, I think, in my personal opinion, is the time. The first day of the month, and we can even stretch this out to like the first 5 days of the month, or maybe the first week, the first 7 days of the month, is when you really, really want to pour gasoline on the fire with your, activity, with your mindset, with your outlook, with the way that you approach everything. I think the first day of the month is a huge indicator and dictator of what you're going to accomplish for the next 30 days. And so with that, I'm going to encourage you to really push yourself to do things that you don't normally do. Like, for example, I'm going to the gym right now. It's leg day, and a lot of people don't like doing legs. A lot of people don't like getting under the squat rack and getting under the leg press and doing all that kind of stuff because it's tough. It's not easy. A lot of people like to go into the gym and kind of spin their wheels on the bike a little bit, maybe get under the weights and do some curls and do some exercises that they like to do. But for the most part, a lot of people do not like doing legs. They don't like leg day. And so the first day of the month on a Sunday, where I could just be sitting at home, watching football, eating some donuts, I could be doing that kind of stuff. But because it's the first day of the month, I want to embrace discomfort. I want to do things that are difficult. I want to do things and I want to stretch myself today, especially, to do things that others won't, so that tomorrow I can have what others don't have. And so I think the important thing to understand is so many things contribute to the momentum that you can create in the beginning of the month, namely the first day of the month, maybe the first 5 days of the month, right? And it reminds me of an analogy that I learned several years ago that stuck with me, and it's an airplane pilot's analogy. I'm going to share that with you right now. When an airplane is trying to get off the runway, right? Maybe it's at the airport, wherever it may be. In order for an airplane to get off the runway, the pilot doesn't push the throttle like you would think, like, what do? You just push the throttle and get it going or anything like that. No. And those of you that have been on an airplane know exactly what I'm talking about. Whether you've been a passenger on an airplane or whether you've flown an airplane, is you have to put the throttle not at like 50% or 60 or 75% or anything like that to get the plane going. What you have to do is you have to create that momentum. And you have to put that, in order to get those wings to lift up off the ground and get you flying, you have to put that throttle, full throttle, 100%, slam that throttle forward and get as much speed in a short period of time as you could possibly get at the front of that runway as quickly as possible in order to get that plane off of the ground. Now, here's what happens. You keep that throttle going. You keep that throttle up. And so the front wheels are going to start lifting up. The wings are going to start catching the wind. The plane is going to start lifting off the ground. And you've still got to keep that at full throttle in order to get the rest of the plane off of the ground and for you to have enough speed to be able to get to your elevation. So you've got to continue to be going 100%, right, in the beginning, to get off of the runway, right? And then here's what you do. You got to climb. You got to keep going. You got to keep going up. So you got to keep that throttle going forward at 100% until you get to that elevation. Now, here's the thing. You don't need to kill yourself and go full throttle sprint 100% the entire time. But you got to do that in the beginning. You got to do that at the start, right? You got to do that at the forefront of whatever it is that you're doing, of that journey, right? You got to go full throttle until you get to the elevation that you want to get to. Now, as you get to the elevation that you want to get to and the height that you want to get to, the pilot can start pulling back on the throttle a little bit. You still got to have juice in the engine, and you still got to be moving, right? You still got to be moving, but you don't have to be full throttle 100%. You're at that elevation where you want to be at, right? And then you pull the throttle back a little bit, and now you're at the elevation of where you want to be at. Now, you're not coasting. You're still flying. You're still running. You're still pushing. You're still driving, right? And so you're at that elevation, and you're on the journey. But in the very beginning stages, right? At the very beginning stages, you had to slam that throttle forward and go 100% to get to the height of where you need to go. And then, as you start approaching your destination, whatever your goal is, right? What's your goal? And then you start your descent because you're about to land the plane, right? And you're about to get to where you want to be, and your goal is in sight. Your destination is in sight. and you can start to coast down, start to throttle back again, and kind of bring it back a little bit, right? So you can start planning your descent to land the plane where you need it to land, right? So that you can land it where you want it to land. And that's how you achieve your goals. Especially if you're doing like a calendar month. The first of them, like your goals are tied. Maybe you have like a monthly, like you have a monthly bonus with your job, right? So you have the first day of the month, and then you have the 31st of December, which is the last day of the month. And you got to land the plane. You got to land your goals where they need to go during that last day of the month, right? So then you can kind of coast down, ease down, and kind of land the plane where you need to land it, right? And then you can kind of breathe. You can slow it down, of course, and then get prepared for the next month. That's what top performers, that's what leaders, that's what record breakers, that's what the people that are like in the top 5 percentile of whatever industry that you happen to be in, or the performers or the athletes, that's how they perform, is they look at the first day of the month as a critical time for me to set my momentum, to set my pace, to set my stride of what it is that I'm going to accomplish. It's not a question of whether I hope to accomplish this, I'm going to try to accomplish this, I'm going to do my best, I'm hopeful, I'm going to cross my fingers. No. High-level performers have already made a decision that they're going to slam the throttle down and go 100% full speed at the very beginning so that they can create that momentum that they want to create, right? And so I'm a big believer that so many things come into play when you are when you're planning your first of the month, you know, your first day of the month, your first week of the month, like the first 5 days of the month where you're creating that momentum. You have to be extra. Like today, the first day of the month is the day of the month that you need to be extra. You need to be 110% of who you really are, because you're setting the tone, right? And so you need to be extra in your outlook of what it is that you're going to accomplish. You've got to be extra in your goal setting of what it is that you want to accomplish. You've got to be extra in your execution, right? If you have to make contacts with people, if you have to, you have to jump on the phone and contact people, right? Or you got to engage with people. Like the first day of the month is the day of the month that you need to talk with as many people as you humanly possibly can. And then you need to have those extra good, extra great conversations. Your sales pitch, the way that you get people to know, like, and trust you and connect with you has to be extra today. Your mindset, the things that you're letting into your mind, that stuff has to be extra today. Extra good, extra positive, extra inspired, extra motivated, extra hungry, extra driven. You've got to have extra grit. You have to have extra perseverance, and you got to create extra results today. Today is the day. Today is the day that the Lord has made, right? And so the first of the month is the day that you've got to do all those things extra and create extra results. And then what you want to do is you want to take that activity and those results and the outcome of what it is that you accomplish today, the sales that you make, the points that you put on the scoreboard, the amount of activity that you put in today on the first day of the month, and you carry that out to tomorrow. Because I'll tell you, you work extra hard and you put your will and perseverance and your work ethic and your charisma and your performance, you put it at a certain level today, I guarantee you, and you set a bar today, I guarantee you that tomorrow you'll look back on today and say, you know what? I did that yesterday. You better believe that I'm carrying over that energy into today as well, on day 2, and then day 3, and then day 4. And then you're going to be on day 5, and you're going to be like, you know what? For the first 4 days of the month, I accomplished this. I did this. I worked this hard, and I created this in these first 4 days of the month, and I'm killing it right now. You better believe that this 5th day of the month is going to be fire, right? It's going to be fire. And then what happens on that 7th day of the month, the week, you've worked a full calendar week, right? And now you're like, oh my gosh, a quarter of the month has gone and I performed like a champion. Like I was a champion today. I was a champion this entire week. And that carries over. And that work ethic and what you put out carries over. And then before you know it, you're like halfway through the month and just on fire. And now you're in that plane and you're at that elevation of where you wanted to be when you had your hand on the throttle and you went after it on that first day of the month. Today, you're going to look back on today and look back on it and be like, damn, like I was on fire that day. And look at where I am in the middle of this month, right? So you're going to look back on today on the 15th of the month and be like in a place that you didn't expect. But that only happens in the middle of the month because of what you do today. So I encourage you. I challenge you. I straight up challenge you. I mean, I dare you. I triple dog dare you to be a beast today. I triple dog dare you to be amazing today. I triple dog dare you to be extraordinary today in a way. I'm backing into a parking spot, so hold on a second. I triple dog dare you to perform at a level today like you've never performed before. And I'll tell you, if you do that today, if you make that commitment to yourself today to be amazing, and you set today as the tone of what you're going to do, man, I promise you, the days rolling thereafter will become better and better and better. And that is a muscle that you are developing inside. Because I'll tell you right now, there are people out there that want to keep you down. There are people out there that are competing with you. There are people out there that want your customers. There are people out there that want your results. There are people out there that want to take your place. There are people out there that want to take your job or take the promotion that you want to take. There are people out there that want what you have, and it's your job to hold it close to you and not only have those goals and have those dreams and have that objective of what you want to accomplish, right? And I'm on fire right now. I'm about to jump into the gym. I ain't take no pre-workout. This right here, me and you, that's my pre-workout right now. I'm stoked right now. I don't know what I just did. I didn't take anything. I drank some water. This is straight up just water in here, right? H2O, right? This is just water right in here. And I'll tell you, just like Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try, right? Listen to Master Yoda, and I challenge you to do it. Do or do not. There is no try. Do what you need to do today and be extraordinary. Set the tone. Full throttle. first day of the month. Create that elevation, create that lift, get off the runway in a big way. Be extra with everything that you want to accomplish. Your goals, your dreams, your objective for the month, it starts right now, right? Full throttle. Let's go. If there's anything you need, hit me up. I know I'm amped up right now. I'm about to get into the gym and bust out this leg workout because it's going to hurt. It's going to be tough. It's going to be uncomfortable. And I don't want to do it. But I'll tell you what, when I don't want to do something like this, that's the day when I got to do it. That's the day that I got to do it. So I'm going to tell you in closing, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Take advantage of today. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Amen to you. I appreciate each and every one of you, my friends, my Facebook friends, my family, all of you. And I just thought I would pour some greatness onto you. I just pour it right over the top, right? And let's get it. Let's get it today. Let's do our thing. All right. Peace.